Moi! Tervetuloa kaikille. Good to see you all here. JF, Lorelei, Polyu. Yeah. Let's see here. Moi kävin tänään kysymässä Abo Akademin Arkenkirjastossa. Voiko minun kirjastokorttia vielä käyttää, kun opiskelijanumero vaihtui? Something about you went to the library, and your whatever library card. Wait, it still worked? Or you didn't know if it worked? I forget what vaihtui means, but something happened with the card. But you got a card. I don't know. You got the card changed? I don't know. Let's Google Translate. To ask if you could still use your library card. Oh, okay. I did see this, kusumassa, which would mean like to ask. It's like I went today to ask at the whatever Abo library if I could still use my library card after my student number changed. I got the home address on the card changed. So I got maybe like 70% of that. All right? And vaihtui means changed. But yeah, something library new study number. You're good until 2026. Good. Yeah. What is this? Poyu says, Nuha on ollut. Tänään olo parempi onneksi. Wait, something... I don't know what nuha means, but something has happened. Today would be better, hopefully. Or hopefully today will be better. Is that what that? Here, let's Google Translate this. Poyu. You've had a runny nose. Oh. Feeling better today, luckily. Good. Olo is like a feeling. Today, feeling better, luckily. I said hopefully. I don't know. This is a free verse Tyler translation. So it's like 50% correct. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. Oh, and Helion, welcome in. Good to see you. What is this? Täysi taas töissä ja veto pois. You're like, hello. Something about being at work and something away. I don't know what veto means. I don't think I've ever seen that word, veto. Is it like you're stuck at work and want to get away? Is that maybe it? Back at work and out of the draft. What? By draft, does that mean like the wind? Is it windy where you are, Helion? I don't know about that translation there. Let me see, veto. Veto in English, but where's the Finnish? Dutch, Finnish. A poll. Okay, there's like a bunch of meanings. And none of them had to do with draft in the sense that I was thinking in English. I don't think so. Like, it would be more like a draft. Oh, no, it is like this, yeah. A draught or a draft. But in this case, it means more veto, kind of like energy. Veto, by the way. I don't know why I just pronounced it veto. Veto. Or veto. like energy and out of energy. Okay. Well, hang in there. Hang in there, Helion. Yeah, back at work. And out of energy. That's tough. I hate that feeling when you have work to do and you're just so tired and you're just like, just let me go. Let me be free to go live my life and go to sleep. You need to follow more pesapallo. Then you'd have heard the word veto too many times. Pesapallo is nest ball. A Finnish game. A Finnish sport. Yeah, Finnish rules baseball. It's like, I played it once, and it was very weird. It's like baseball, but you run in a zigzag. It's like yeah. It's like, why? Here's what is the history of that game? Was it that like Finnish people saw foreigners playing baseball and then they were like, oh, we should play that, except let's just change the rules for some reason? Or is it actually a game that's been played in Finland for a long time? Yeah, baseball is like pesapallo, but there one runs in a weird diamond pattern. It's about perspective. But I think that baseball was first. I'm not even a fan of baseball. Like, I'm not here to apologize and defend the sport of baseball, but I just kind of feel like Finland appropriated my culture. All right, and I want it back. Anyways, let's listen to the Selko. Let's practice my listening comprehension. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Hopefully it's not too loud. I could turn it down a little.
Nyt uutisia helpolla suomen kielellä. Hyvää päivää.
To focus.
Ensin uutinen oman vanhemman asioiden hoitamisesta. Moni yllättyy, kun sairaan äidin tai isän asioista ei saa aina päättää. Aikuinen voi päättää oman vanhemman asioista, jos vanhemmat ovat tehneet edunvalvontavaltakirjan. Vanhemmat kertovat valtakirjassa, mistä asioista aikuinen lapsi voi päättää. Valtakirja tulee voimaan, kun vanhempi ei pysty enää päättämään omista asioista. Syynä voi olla esimerkiksi muistisairaus. Valtakirja pitää tehdä oikein tai se hylätään.
What is a valtakirja?
Viranomaisten mukaan jopa 25% valtakirjoista hylätään. Valtakirjassa pitää olla esimerkiksi 2 todistajaa. Se pitää myös tehdä etukäteen, kun vanhemmat ovat vielä hyvässä kunnossa. Ohjeita edunvalvontavaltakirjaan saa nettiosoitteesta suomi.fi.
Something about parents.
Seuraavaksi uutinen itärajalta. Joitakin venäläisiä sotilaita yrittää paeta Suomeen. He eivät halua mennä sotaan Ukrainassa. Jotkut venäläissotilaat yrittävät päästä itärajan yli Suomeen. Raja on suljettu.
The border is
Sotilaat
closed.
liikkuvat piilossa metsässä. Heitä on vaikea huomata, sanovat suomalaiset rajavartijat. Rajavartijat sanovat, että suomalaisten ei tarvitse olla huolissaan venäläisistä sotilaista. Rajavartijat joutuvat kuitenkin valvomaan tarkasti, että venäläiset sotilaat eivät pääse Suomeen. Joitakin venäläisiä sotilaita yrittää paeta Suomeen.
I mean, I understood a lot of words, but I had no idea what the article was about.
Lopuksi uutinen presidentin kesäkodista Kultarannasta. Presidentin kesäkodissa Kultarannassa kävi eilen tuhansia ihmisiä. He halusivat nähdä, miltä kuuluisa rakennus näyttää sisältä. Helsinkiläinen Ilkka Smolander sanoo, että Kultaranta näytti hienolta.
Oikein hienolta, että sisällä en ole koskaan ollut, mutta lapsena oltiin tuossa ulkopuolella luokkaretkellä joskus. Se työhuone oli tosi kivan näköinen.
Kultaranta oli eilen ensimmäistä kertaa auki suurelle yleisölle. Kultaranta on Naantalissa. Se on ollut pitkään Suomen presidenttien kesäkoti. Presidentin kesäkodissa Kultarannassa kävi eilen tuhansia ihmisiä.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, it was about the summer home, the president's summer home. I think the president made it available for people to go visit, to see as like a historical thing maybe, or a cultural thing. Okay, let's watch it again, but this time I'm actually going to like read the subtitles and try and maybe translate as we go. But the Valtakirja is a power book, literally a power of attorney. Okay, well, I don't feel bad for not knowing what that is. Like, power of attorney has nothing to do with a book, though. It's like a legal like status, right? But I guess it's just called Valtakirja in Finnish. Or is there actually a book where, I don't know, where that information is written down? I don't know. Naantali is next to Turku. Okay, let's try this again.
Vielä sääennuste. Keskiviikkona sää on lämmintä.
What was that? That was weird. The timeline didn't work for some reason. It just references a document, which is a sort of book. Okay.
Nyt uutisia helpolla suomen kielellä. Hyvää päivää. Ensin uutinen oman vanhemman asioiden hoitamisesta.
I wish that they would leave the text on screen for like more than, 1.3 seconds. Okay, so the first piece of news is about one's own parents' issues of care. That's my guess. I think hoita means something related to care. So it's like, is it like how you care for your own parents? Like, if your parents are elderly?
Moni yllättyy, kun sairaan äidin tai isän asioista
Okay, whoever did the subtitles needs to like not get fired, but have a stern talking to over at Yle, because I want to be able to read it while they're talking. Anyways, all right. Many something when I have no idea what yllättyy. When a sick mother or father, when a sick mother's or father's issues are not always decided or are not able to be decided. I don't know how to translate this.
Kun sairaan äidin tai isän asioista ei saa aina päättää.
But hey, 27, welcome in. Yeah, welcome everybody. I don't know if I said hi to everyone, but good to have you all here, by the way. Learning Finnish, one sentence at a time, one selko-uutiset at a time. So aikuinen voi päättää oman vanhemman asioista. Aikuinen. Does this mean adults can decide issues like for their own parents? If
Aikuinen voi päättää oman vanhemman asioista, jos vanhemmat
ovat tehneet edunvalvontaa valtakirjan. If the parents have made a power of attorney, something, I don't know what this is. Edunvalvonta. Some type of power of attorney, something.
ovat tehneet edunvalvontavaltakirjan. Vanhemmat
kertovat valtakirjassa. Parents report or say in the power of attorney document.
Valtakirjassa,
mistä asioista aikuinen lapsi voi päättää. So yeah, they decide, parents specify in the document what their adult children can decide for them. Valtakirja tulee voimaan. The whatever the document comes into power. Is that it? How would I even say that in English? Like it comes into force, maybe.
asioista aikuinen lapsi voi päättää. Valtakirja tulee voimaan,
Where the heck?
kun vanhempi
Oh, there. Okay. It comes into power when a parent is ei pysty enää päättämään omista asioista. When a parent is no longer able to decide issues on their own, or to decide to make decisions on their own issues, something like that. And aikuinen isn't a lapsi. Good. It's one of those words like, if I hear a word like aikuinen, I have no idea what it means. But if I see the word on the screen, I can sort of say, oh, actually, I think I know what that means. I don't know how that makes any sense. Because it's like, if I hear the word, I know how to spell it. Like I can imagine the word in my head, but for some reason it blends in with all the other words and I can't think of its meaning quickly enough.
ei pysty enää päättämään omista asioista.
Oh, and thanks, Helion. This is going much better than a year or two ago. Thank you for that. Oh, and comes into effect. That's another good way of saying it. Thanks. But yeah, no, and I mean, I have been practicing more. Not as much lately the past few months. I've told you guys in previous weeks. I've just had a lot going on that's kind of, I don't know, preventing me from focusing as much on my Finnish studies. But I still practice here and there. And I haven't lost everything. So thank you guys for showing up every Tuesday for this Learn Finnish with Me live stream. I don't know what you guys get out of it, but it certainly helps me. So thank you.
Syynä voi olla esimerkiksi
I gotta read this whole. Syynä voi olla esimerkiksi muistisairaus. As a reason, syynä, or the reason can be, for example, memory illness, right? Like dementia. Is that how you say dementia in Finnish? Or is this like a larger term? for like mental decline, I guess.
muistisairaus.
I forget if dementia is like a broad term describing all kinds of, I don't know, mental decline, or like Alzheimer's sounds very specific. Valtakirja pitää tehdä oikein tai se hylätään. Power of attorney. Yeah, this is such a difficult article because if you don't know what valtakirja means, it's quite difficult to figure out what the heck it is. I guess in context, if you're like deciding adult children deciding things for their parents. But even, I don't know, even then, because it says kirja, it makes you think of a book, and you're like, maybe it's something else besides a legal like concept. Whatever. The power of attorney. Pita. Does that, in this context, does it mean like to need, like it, or it should? The power of attorney should make correct or what? It needs to be made correctly. Like it needs to be done in an official, correct way, or it can be rejected. Is that what that means? Hylätään. This word makes me think of another word that's like hylkä, which means like to reject, because I click that whenever I go to a website and it's like, do you accept or do you reject the cookies? YouTube is struggling to play the stream for you, Lorelei. I'm sorry. I haven't dropped any frames yet. So on my end, at least, I'm uploading 60 frames per second. Do dementors from Harry Potter cause dementia? Maybe, I don't know. It's funny you mentioned Harry Potter because I literally just got the Harry Potter audiobooks from the library. I'll show you. Boom. Here's one of them. But yeah, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I still have a couple that I need to get, but I want to listen to them when I'm on my runs. And yeah, I never finished the Harry Potter series. So it'd be nice to actually get caught up on all the hype. Although I guess the hype is kind of done. What is this? Correctly or rejected. Okay, or disqualified. Yeah, null and void.
Valtakirja pitää tehdä oikein tai se hylätään. Viranomaisten mukaan
Viranomaisten mukaan jopa 25% valtakirjoista hylätään. So hold on a second. Virano, I think, means like a bureau, like a government bureau, not to be confused with virasto, which is a warehouse. Or did I confuse them again? I feel like I've learned that multiple times. But something about, mukaan. Does this mean like according to the bureau, I guess, or the agency, the government office that handles this? About 25% of whatever these powers of attorney get rejected. Oh, varasto is a warehouse. Virasto is a bureau. Okay, thank you, 27. Yeah, varasto. I said virasto. I still mess up at least one syllable. All right, that's just, you know what? That's just my accuracy. I'm very precise. I'm just very inaccurate, right? It's like I'm very precise at missing the target. I miss it always in the same degree. But I'm not accurate at actually hitting the target. But anyway, yopa, I forget. I've seen that word. I assume it means in this context like around or approximately 25% get rejected. That's a lot. I mean, how hard is it to set up? Is like this is like an official document or an official like power of attorney. How do you mess that up? Like what I'm wondering is how do you even generate the document? Like, are you writing it on a napkin? Like, like aren't there like this is Finland. There's a form for everything, right? You can if you download the form and fill it out, shouldn't that be official? Like what how is it so bad that it's 25% are getting rejected? Okay, in this case it means up to or even, right? Up to 25% or even 25% get rejected.
Jopa 25% valtakirjoista
That looks like the most government building I've ever seen. I just had this really depressing feeling. Like I would hate to go to work in that building. I hope that the people who work there are very happy with the work they do. And I don't want to judge a book by its cover or a building by its facade, but that just looks like a building that was designed to be miserable. This is a place where you have no fun. Where work feels like work, where it feels like drudgery. Can we find a more drab, decaying vomit color? It's like it's like an olive color, but even a desaturated. If you left an olive out and let it decay for a few days, then you would get this color. The poor architect who did this. So upset with me right now. It has a lot to do with who is witnessing the document and its creation, you assume, Helion. Okay, I guess there are ways of messing it up. You might leave legal loopholes in the text. Yeah. Yeah, obviously there must be some there must be some reason for why it gets messed up so easily. It might involve more than just filling out a form. You might have to specify certain things with certain language. And if you're just doing it at home in your underwear, drinking whatever, what is that called? What is it called? Something. The I always forget that term, but it's a famous one. Yeah. Gray people work in a gray building. I hope it's not true. But it's like if Sauron were reincarnated in our universe, this would be the building he would operate out of, It's a brutalist. I mean, I don't know if technically this is brutalist architecture, but I think it's also the weather. Like it feels like it's just the ugliest late November day. I mean, clearly they must have filmed this recently, right? So it's still the summer, but something about the sky looks really gray and gross. It's not brutalism. Okay. It's brutal on my soul. Okay. It's a bit too shiny for an administrative building. Yeah. I mean, actually, when I went to school in Washington, D.C., our library was built in the brutalist architectural style, and it was notoriously the ugliest building on campus. And it genuinely looked like it came out of Mordor, or like kind of like Isengard a little bit. Like it had these spires on the top, like I don't know, like horns that just gave it this really evil appearance. But it was a very functional library on the inside. It was just very uninspiring to go into. But also, it was one of those. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, the building has historical value. Well, I don't value that period of history. Okay, that was not a good time. But oh yeah, kalsa rikannit. Ah, I always mess it up. Kalsa rikannit. I can't say that. The second part of that word I can't say. It's so weird. But yeah. Yeah, if we're getting into more sus territory, are the documents done when in a state of full mind and body, or is the one getting the powers the one doing the document? Ah, so maybe that's also the reason that people wait until it's too late to have the document completed. And then maybe I don't know, the Bureau has to reject those because it's too late. The person is already in mental decline and can't make that decision or something. But yeah. Kalsarit is one type of male underwear. Kalsarikännit. Kalsarikännit. Okay, that actually helps. For some reason, I was messing up where to divide the word up. Kalsarikännit. So don't do your legal documents while engaging in kalsarikännit.
Hylätään. Valtakirjassa
Valtakirjassa pitää olla esimerkiksi 2 todistajaa. So yeah, it's saying here on the power of attorney document, there needs to be, for example, 2 witnesses. Todistaa. Something like that. I don't know.
pitää olla esimerkiksi 2 todistajaa.
Se pitää myös tehdä etukäteen. It should also be, I don't know what that means, etukäteen.
Pitää myös tehdä etukäteen, kun vanhemmat ovat
vielä hyvässä kunnossa. Okay, so you guys were able to answer the questions for me because I clearly couldn't understand it when I was listening the first time. And I was like, by the way, I just realized this logo, I've seen this logo before, but I never realized that it's in the shape of a house, like a 3-dimensional house. I always thought this was just a D. I'm sure it's intended to be a D as well, but I never saw the 3-dimensional shape. I always saw it as like almost like a piece of calligraphy of a D. But anyways, it's saying here when parents are still in good health or in a good, I don't know, kunnossa, when they're still doing well. Yeah. Okay, yeah, todistaa means to witness. And a todistaja is a witness, a witnesser. That's weird. Yeah, why in English is it to witness? But someone who is witnessing is not a witnesser. They're just a witness. How did we mess that up in English?
vielä hyvässä kunnossa. Ohjeita.
Ohjeita. Edunvalvonta valtakirjaan. Saa nettiosoitteesta suomi.fi. This one's actually quite weird because it's like, okay, it can get yeah, you can do it online at this website, right? But I forget what ohjeita means. But anyways, yeah, it's this form. I don't know what edunvalvonta means.
Edunvalvontavaltakirjaan saa nettiosoitteesta suomi.fi. Seuraavaksi uutinen itärajalta.
So yeah, now
Joitakin
the eastern border. The second piece of news is about the eastern border. Joitakin venäläisiä sotilaita yrittää paeta Suomeen. I should probably know what ohje is. All right, well, I guess I'll look it up. An instruction. So I guess instructions for the form can be found online. Nobody reads them anyway, Helion, thank you. Joitakin venäläisiä sotilaita yrittää paeta Suomeen. I don't know what joitakin means, but something about the Russian soldiers are trying to do something to Finland. I forget what paeta means. But yeah.
venäläisiä sotilaita
Is it like they're trying to flee into Finland?
yrittää paeta Suomeen. He
eivät halua mennä sotaan Ukrainassa. They do not want to go to the war in Ukraine. Yeah. Pakko paeta is to flee.
halua mennä sotaan Ukrainassa.
Jotkut venäläissotilaat yrittävät päästä itärajan yli Suomeen. Jotkut. I should know what jotkut means, but I totally forgot. Or does it just mean some? Like some Russian soldiers are trying to pass that. Does this mean like they're trying to cross the eastern border into Finland? Yli. Typically, I think of yli as over. But it's sort of like they're trying to cross over the border into Finland. Maybe that's the way to translate it. Just posted the Simpsons Kalsari Kanit video on Discord. They did a whole video on the Simpsons about it. Or not a whole video, but they had a little sketch on it.
Venäläissotilaat yrittävät päästä itärajan yli Suomeen. Raja on
suljettu. Sotilaat liikkuvat piilossa metsässä. The border is closed. Soldiers travel or traffic, I don't know. They travel something in the forest. Is it that they're traveling by foot through the forest?
Suljettu. Sotilaat liikkuvat piilossa metsässä. Heitä on vaikea huomata.
Heitä on vaikea huomata, sanovat suomalaiset rajavartijat. It's difficult for them huomata. I don't know what that means. Something is difficult for them or to them. I don't know this heitä. I don't know. Says Finnish border, what is that called? Border patrol officer or something, right? A border control officer.
Sanovat suomalaiset rajavartijat.
Rajavartijat sanovat. Well, wait, but this is plural. So is it like I don't know. I don't know what that is. The border guard. The border guards say that sanovat, että suomalaisten ei tarvitse olla, that Finns do not need to be
sanovat, että suomalaisten ei tarvitse olla
huolissaan venäläisistä sotilaista. That they is it like they don't need to be afraid or worried? I don't know this word. Huolissaan.
venäläisistä sotilaista.
But
worried.
Okay. I'm just using context to guess. I'll admit. If you showed me that word without context, I would just say, yep, it's like any other Finnish word. The border guards joutuvat kuitenkin valvomaan tarkasti. The border guards, however, joutua. I forget what that means. It sounds familiar, but they're doing something. Valvomaan, don't know what that is. Tarkasti, also don't know what that is. I should. I feel like I've heard of tarka, but I can't think of what it means.
Joutuvat kuitenkin valvomaan tarkasti,
että venäläiset sotilaat eivät pääse Suomeen. That Russian soldiers are not allowed into Finland or cannot. Yeah, I don't know what pääse means in this context, but something about the soldiers not coming to Finland.
venäläiset sotilaat eivät pääse Suomeen. Joitakin
venäläisiä sotilaita yrittää paeta Suomeen. We already did this sentence.
Sotilaita yrittää paeta Suomeen.
All right. Not bad. Lopuksi uutinen presidentin kesäkodista Kultarannasta. See, this is a building I can get behind. This is a building I like. It's got that like really classic, you know, Jugendstil, Art Nouveau look to it. Like the Finnish version of Art Nouveau with the, the granite facade. And I don't know, there's something about all of this. It's just very nice. Oh, I didn't translate this. Lastly, I don't know. I always struggle to translate this. Lastly, the news about the president's summer home in Kultaranta, or of Kultaranta. Is that the name? That's the name of the home, I'm guessing, based on the grammar. But valvomaan is the opposite of what I want to do, sleep. In this case, though, to monitor, to watch for, to guard. Okay. So, okay, then in that earlier sentence, it was about how the Finnish border guard is monitoring the border. So Finnish people don't need to be worried about Russian soldiers. Though it didn't really explain what happens to the Russian soldiers if and when they get caught. Like, can you apply for asylum if you're a soldier and like, that getting sent back to Russia would be like, you could get in a lot of trouble for having deserted, and then also your life is in danger. I don't know how they deal with those asylum. I don't even know if as a soldier you can apply for asylum, or if the rules are different for you because you're technically a military officer and maybe you're not just like a civilian fleeing. I don't know. I don't know the law on this. They just get sent back. Let's continue.
Kesäkodista Kultarannasta.
Presidentin kesäkodissa Kultarannassa kävi eilen. The president's summer home, in the president's summer home of Kultaranta, yesterday visited.
Kesäkodissa Kultarannassa kävi eilen
tuhansia ihmisiä, thousands of people, right? Tuhatta is 1,000. So I'm assuming tuhansia means thousands. Thousands of people. There is something about this that does feel very Finnish. It's hard for me to explain. It has a certain kind of simplicity to it. I don't know how to explain it. And it almost feels like these are like hotel curtains.
ihmisiä. He
halusivat nähdä, miltä kuuluissa rakennus näyttää sisältä. They wanted to see, I don't know, miltä kuuluissa. Is that sort of like how the building appears on the inside? Is that what it means? I just don't understand grammatically what's going on with the miltä kuuluissa. I don't know what kuuluissa means. But it's like the building appears inside. This is also the most Finnish statue I've ever seen in my life. Happiest country on the planet, by the way. So sad and depressing. But it's beautiful, all right? And I'm not saying we shouldn't have statues like this. I'm just saying I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that yeah, we need to have is the darkness in my own soul not enough? Do I need reminders of that darkness as physical manifestations all around me in my own home? Apparently, the president of Finland needs that, though. Kuuluissa means famous. Okay. You don't think you'd like to live in a museum, 27? A Night at the Museum. I haven't seen the Night at the Museum movie with Ben Stiller in a long time. I remember liking it, though. It was pretty fun. Very heary, kuuluissa. So it in other words, it can be heard or known for from far away. I'm sure there's some clever turn of phrase in English for this kind of thing, but yeah, the famous building with its depressing sculptures.
kuuluisa rakennus näyttää sisältä.
I do like this. Whatever's on the wall here is quite nice. Whatever pattern that is. Helsinkiläinen Ilkka Smolander sanoo. Helsinki resident Ilkka says.
Ilkka Smolander sanoo, että
Kultaranta näytti hienolta, oikein hienolta. That Kultaranta appears nice. hieno. I always have to pause because some reason in Finnish, all your words need to look exactly the same. Like to accept and to reject on a website, they both look almost exactly the same. One is like hyväksyä and the other is hylkää. And I have to pause and hesitate. And the same is with this word, hieno and huono. They're completely the opposite of each other, but they look so similar. If you don't intuitively know the difference, and you're like me, constantly second guessing. What are these others, the little knickknacks? What is that? That looks like a dude with like a mohawk. Is this a cowboy? Like, is that a cowboy hat? And what is this? This is a cow or a bull with two little children on the back. But anyways, very nice or very good. I don't know. Hienolta. I don't really understand the ending, but good, whatever.
Näytti hieno.
I guess is that just what you use this ending if you're saying now that if something appears a certain way, it appears nice. I am so curious about what this statue is. This just, you know what this reminds me of? This feels like an old person's home, kind of. And kind of like half old person, but also half cruise ship. This feels like the interior of a cruise ship from like 2005. This is like you're going into the dining area or something, and this is like a lounge outside the main dining room. Yeah, 27, what sort of old building you would want to be living in? Yeah, post it to the Discord. I'm curious.
Hienolta.
Oikein hienolta, että sisällä en ole koskaan ollut, mutta lapsen...
Sisällä en ole koskaan ollut, mutta lapsena oltiin tossa. This is like more puhekieli, like the o. Inside and I don't know what this means. Koskaan. I thought this means like never. Is it saying like inside? I have never been inside, but as a child, I had what oltiin tossa?
Oltiin tuossa ulkopuolella.
Something about ulkopuolella. Does that mean being outside? Luokkaretkellä. Like is this luokka? I forget what that is, but retkellä means like a trip or a journey or something. I don't know. An adventure. Se työhuone oli tosi kivan näköinen. Workroom was very nice to see, or had a very nice appearance. Näköinen. What? He's commenting on the workroom. Yeah, it's probably designed for entertaining diplomatic guests, etc., as being a summer retreat. Yeah. Looking from the outside on a class trip. Oh, I should know that. Luokka is a class. Okay, but yeah, from the outside on a class trip, he had seen it. Oh, yeah, JF, you have trouble sometimes with the IT people who aren't Finnish. I guess it would make you less susceptible to like hackers or whatever, people trying to scam you. Yeah. A field trip. Luokkaretki. You added some random art you found on a whiteboard in the humanities libraries? Wait, what? You added art to a whiteboard? Is that what you mean? Or you took art from the humanities library and added it somewhere else? Oh, to the Discord.
Luokkaretkellä joskus. Se työhuone oli tosi kivan näköinen.
The carpet's pretty interesting. Yeah, this feels like a hotel. The lamp especially gives me like, I don't know, Holiday Inn vibes.
Kultaranta oli.
I love that this is like such an important building, but in my opinion, it's not good enough. Okay, we could do better, is all I'm trying to say. Look, put me in charge. I'm gonna put a water slide. All right, we got to think more creatively. We gotta do stuff to impress people, not because we're trying to get attention, but because we want these things ourselves. We want to have a summer house with a water slide. It's not a summer house without a water slide. All right, we need a movie room. There needs actually the U.S. president, one of the U.S. presidents, I can't remember which one, installed a movie theater in the White House. Best decision. All right, was it JFK that did it? Or Nixon? I don't know who it was. But yeah. See, that's the American innovative spirit. We need more of that. I guess I'll read this. Kultaranta oli eilen ensimmäistä kertaa auki suurelle yleisölle. So it's like Kultaranta was yesterday for the first time open to the public, to the general public. I mean, a lot of the decorative details are quite nice.
Näistä kertaa auki suurelle yleisölle. Kultaranta on Naantalissa.
It's in Naantali. Naantali is also where the Moomin Park is, right? Se on ollut pitkään Suomen presidenttien kesäkoti. It has been for a long time the Finnish president's summer home. I don't know the pitkään. I assume in this case it means for a long time. I would expect there to be the aika as well. But I don't know. Maybe it means something else.
Suomen presidenttien kesäkoti.
This is cool. I think this is pretty cool. With the flowers, very nice. Presidentin kesäkodissa Kultarannassa kävi eilen. Yeah, we already had this.
Kesäkodissa Kultarannassa kävi eilen tuhansia ihmisiä.
That's a cool like water feature, a fountain. No, we gotta go bigger. Come on, we need a jacuzzi. All right. We need, like, I don't know. We need fun, exciting stuff. But I guess, I don't know. Finnish people are so boring. We got to have a Finnish summer home. Maybe that's why they made it available to the general public. They were like, look, just so you know, as government officials, we aren't having any fun. All right. We aren't spending any of your money on frivolous stuff. Or even though it would be hugely inspirational and aspirational to invest in a high quality water park. Okay, both actually the water park it starts outside, but it also goes inside as well. So it would be also multi-seasonal, right? So you can have the water park anytime. There's an indoor version. We need that.
Vielä
We need that. Maybe I need that. I need to go on a roller coaster and have the crap scared out of me. I haven't done that in so long. I feel like that would be good for my soul at this point. I remember that actually, like in high school or in college. At the end of the school year in college, I would usually go to Fiesta, Texas, a Six Flags park in San Antonio, where I was from. And I would go there for the day and just ride all of the biggest, scariest roller coasters. And it was so fun. And I would just end the day so tired, but so relieved, because it was like I had finished the school year. All assignments were done. All the pent up anxiety was flushed out of my system through screaming on a roller coaster. Maybe that's what Finnish people need. Maybe we need more roller coasters to help with our anxiety and depression. Look, I'm working on it. I just need to raise a couple €100 million to build the park. So make a donation today. Get in early. Get in early while you can. Become a YouTube member. And I'll build it. If you build it, they will come. But yeah. I guess there are other jacuzzis around. Well, I mean, there's saunas. I'm surprised they didn't show the sauna in the home, right? Like, they just showed like the most boring parts of it. Like, what is all this? I mean, it's fine. It's fine. A lot of amusement parks tend to go under around here. Maybe it's also the weather. Like, there probably aren't enough good days that people want to go spend a whole day outside in Finland, That would be my assumption, but maybe there are other reasons as well. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up stream here. We made it a full hour. We learned, we practiced, and this was nice actually. I changed my format a little bit. I listened to it without watching, because if I look at the screen, I'll read the text naturally. So I avoided that. I understood like 20% of it, and then we rewatched it, and I paused it to read the text, and that was not. It helped a lot, and also having the visual, I think, is helpful for the learning. Like having a visual reference rather than just seeing the text. Like, if previously we would just read it like this, But yeah, and also to Yle's credit, I will say this: the people reading the text are better. Maybe they're the same people, I don't know, but they sound less sad and depressed and bored, right? They still read slowly enough, but there's a little bit more energy to what they're saying. So I appreciate that. Whoever you are out there at Yle, thank you. It sounds good. That's good. But yeah, thank you guys for joining the stream. We'll be back again next Tuesday for another Learn Finnish with me. Every Tuesday we do this at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 o'clock Finland time. And on other days, I like to stream Stardew. We do some gaming streams, and we're in the middle of the most epic and beautiful Stardew Valley Granny Challenge. We've gone through spring, we've gone through summer, and now we're into autumn, or as I've termed it, financial fall. All right, because we are making money in Stardew Valley as a grandma. And also, this is how deep it goes. Our granny has been reincarnated according to the lore. Every time we have to reset the run or reset the day, she's sort of reincarnated and her soul is like diminished. And we're trying to reverse that by restoring Granny to her original form. She doesn't look like this because when we reset it, her appearance changed. So we're trying to recraft her clothes. Like, this is how deep we're getting into the game, okay? And it's a lot of fun. And I find the more that I think about it, I think I am a granny. Like, I'm role playing a granny, but it comes way too easily for me. Like, that's just who I am. Like, I'm just the most risk averse, boring. Actually, a granny is probably a much better person than me. I feel like grannies are much more social and kind-hearted than the way that I feel. But anyways, yeah. So if you want to join the Stardew streams, you're welcome to do that. At least on every Thursday we do a stream. But I like to do streams on other days as well as I have time and energy. So I'll leave it there. Always as jarring to hear you say the words almost as they should, just to struggle with the translation right afterwards, but you tend to get the meaning pretty spot on already. Yeah, thank you, Helion. I think it is probably kind of weird for you that I'm reading out loud Finnish sentences that are perfectly grammatical and make total sense to you. But to me, they're just sounds. I'm just making noises. So, but I am getting better at it. You know, it just takes time and practice. And yeah, and I do want to do the Ukki exam to eventually get my citizenship. Assuming I can get my residence permit renewed, which is, you know, an ongoing issue at the moment. But if I get kicked out of Finland, I'll let you know. But otherwise, you know, don't worry about me too much, I guess. But yeah. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining the stream. Have a good rest of your week. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.